If you've watched enough of the YouTubers, you probably envision e-commerce as some sexy, passive, cash-flowing, beautiful e-commerce business that you can just manage while lying on the beach getting thousands of ka-chings per day. And although that sounds nice, it is the tip of the iceberg, and there are many experiences that you need to have, both good and bad, to get there. If you're watching this video, I'm super glad. If you have any aspirations to open your e-commerce business, make sure you're doing it on Shopify with the link below. There's so much to talk about, but if I could narrow it down to 3 main things that really moved the needle when it came to e-commerce when I was first starting out, this is what it would be. And it starts with opening your damn ears. Now look, your entire goal as an e-commerce merchant is to take physical products that are in demand and sell them to consumers through your website. Pretty straightforward, right? What this basically means though is that every single customer that you acquire is basically one step away from giving you some game-changing feedback to improve your product. And this is what introduces part number 1 of this video, which is listening to your customers. And we can break this into 2 buckets. Bucket 1 is called pre-product. And this is when you can go on websites like Reddit, Glimpse, Trends, whatever websites you want to listen to what potential customers might be saying about the items in your market. So you don't have a full product yet, but you know what industry you want to be in, and your only goal right now is to find solutions to problems that are naturally just being spoken about more and more online. Now, you can do this in person, but the internet has unlocked some immense opportunity for you to go onto Reddit and all these sites and just really dig deep and listen to what tons, hundreds, thousands of customers are saying all in one spot without you having to go out in the 1980s with like a pencil and paper and asking tons of questions. Now, the bottom line here is that you want to find a problem that's naturally just being talking about a lot that has no full solution to it yet. And we can relate this to any e-commerce brand that's successful and big. And so, for example, Glamnetic, the magnetic eyelash company, their founder had been in the beauty space for a while, the art space, and obviously every girl knew back in the day that there was no successful, really good eyelash that could stick to your eye, that wasn't all sticky and annoying and stay there for no matter what. You know, usually like water would take it off or it would come off if like something happened. She made these magnetic lashes from Glamnetic that would stick on your eye no matter what, and that solved the problem that I don't even know how many ka-chings she's getting per day, but it is crazy. It all started with listening to problems and then building something around it that no one else had done yet. Now we're into bucket 2, which is the post-product phase. So you've listened to your customers initially. Now you've launched your product, your website's live, you get some traffic. Your first 100 customers are your most crucial people that you should ever listen to when you first launch. Send those email campaigns, text campaigns, follow up using surveys like Typeform or a post-purchase survey. You want to hear every single little detail that they're talking about and take notes. Trust me, we experienced firsthand where we thought we had all these problems going on over here. We thought this can go wrong, or this could go wrong, or that could go wrong. When in reality, that one little issue that we paid no attention to was actually the main thing, having, customers have bad experiences with us. And so once we fix that, things change for the better. And so of course it's good to assume and think that you know what solutions might be. But when you actually listen to customers that actually bought from you naturally and they give you real advice, it is priceless. Now, does this mean that every time you get a bad review, you should just freak out and change your product? No. But when you're getting recurring complaints about a certain small feature, or, oh, I wish it had that, or, I would have paid more if it had this added onto it, that's where the dollars are made, not from all these guessing and estimations. Like, what your customers actually say about your product is priceless. Open your damn ears, kids. Number 2, you need to know what numbers mean what in your business. Now, there are a ton of metrics that go into e-commerce. I can't name them all, but if I want to boil it down to the main 3, you need to understand what revenue is, what net profit is, and what cash flow is. And now we can easily break this down by talking about it in an example. It starts with revenue. For example, you have a Shopify business called t-shirts.com. You sell a t-shirt for $50, you charge $10 for shipping, you now have $60 in gross revenue. Congratulations. This is revenue, this is sales. There's many names for it in the space, but mainly we call it revenue or sales. So now you have $60 in sales from that shirt, but you spent $10 on the product, $20 on ads from TikTok. You're now left with $30 in net profit. This is your profit, this is your bottom line, this is your net income. There's many names for it, but this is your net profit. Now, there are tons of things that go into net profit. I only named cost of goods sold and ads because they're very common, but there's also your overhead for the staff you pay, warehousing, credit card fees. It all goes into your expense column on the P&L, which creates your profit. Lastly, now getting to cash flow. Out of that $30 sale, you just sold a t-shirt and you need to restock. So you take that $30 and give your supplier $20 to go buy 2 new t-shirts to restock for your store at your business. You're now left with $10 in free cash flow, and that is the name of the game. Now, at scale, this gets very hard, and it's important to have an accountant and really understand what you're doing there financially. And if you're not aware of how to do it, you need to outsource that task right away, because we did not, and it actually screwed us hard in the ending. But rule number 2, guys, know your numbers, know what they mean, and if you don't know, just ask, because it will actually put you out of business if you don't know. E-commerce is typically a very cash flow intensive business, and you're always reinvesting your profits into staff, into new products for your warehouse, etc. And so rarely ever are you going to be sitting on heaps of cash unless you're a massive company that's public like Figs. Quick pause for a second. If you've made it this far in the video, congrats. I'm proud of you. This shows that you obviously want to get ahead in e-commerce and make as much money as possible. With that, this video is sponsored by OmniSend. See, if I can go back a few years and redo the way I did email marketing when I first started out with e-commerce, I 100% would. I had no email service provider, I had no flows or campaigns set up, and even as I brought new customers in, I was actually still losing money down the drain. Even if you have 52 email subscribers, it does not matter. OmniSend has a solution for you to get set up for basically free and start sending these powerful, low-key email and SMS campaigns immediately. First off, the no-brainer, the automated reminders when a customer abandons your cart. So when customers come to your website and add to cart, sometimes they forget to actually make the purchase and they leave your site. Having those automated flows in place is gonna immediately boost your revenue by at least 15-20%. Imagine about all those add to carts that you're getting that no one's actually completing their purchase with. That simple tweak I made years ago that turned that flow on for me instantly boosted revenue. And so work smarter, not harder, and get that set up. At the very least as well, you gotta have some kind of email collection form popped up on your website. Having that simple, clean form where people can come in, put their SMS, put their email, and get a discount code is gonna immensely boost your sales. And next up comes campaigns. I think that most people get this wrong. They send email campaigns to their entire list. Huge no-no. Do not do that. You wanna send email campaigns to targeted people that are actually engaged and opening your recent emails and perhaps even clicking. OmniSend does that like that. You snap your fingers, you set like 3 parameters, and voila, you're sending campaigns to people that are actually gonna open your stuff and buy your stuff. Best of all, you're busy, so am I. No one likes spending a long time doing this stuff. So the simple solution, get signed up for free. Like I said, there are free plans available, and see how OmniSend can change your business. Look, Q4 is here, spending is heating up, and if you wanna make more while doing less, spend less time on Facebook and do more with email and SMS through OmniSend. It's very easy to set up, and all you gotta do is open the link in the description in a new tab, finish this video, and when you're done, check out OmniSend. Thank you for sponsoring this video. So up until this point, you know that number one, what did I even say for number one? I actually forget, guys. Wow, okay. So up until this point, if you want to have the 2 main takeaways reinstated. Number one, listen to your customers before you make a product and after. Like, that journey never stops. And the best founders out there, like Jeff Bezos and the guy from Craigslist, they to this day listen to their customers. Number two, know your numbers and what they mean. And number three, a lot of people ask us, if we only had $1,000 or maybe $2,000 and we wanted to start an e-commerce brand, what will we do? And we give them the same answer every single time. And that answer is content, okay? Now, I don't care what business you're in. If you are selling D2C through e-commerce on your Shopify store, you need to create amazing content for your business. Now look, I know that there's so many other things that you might think you want to invest in, like paid ads, and that's not what I mean here. What I mean is creating a great product and then either through yourself or through a friend of yours or a close person, get content made cheaply and at scale. Let them create tons of just raw content that you can use and repurpose, because the issue with getting a creator to make a TikTok for your brand is that there's text on it, there's audio, it's hard to repurpose. You want to get raw clips from creators that you can reuse and add different music on and different text on, etc., and bring into TikTok and YouTube Shorts. And there's 2 brands that do this very, very well that I want to talk about in this video. Number one is Mini Katana. Now this brand is run by a friend of mine, and they do 8 figures in revenue all through organic marketing. So they don't actually do any ads. I shouldn't even say marketing. It's organic videos, organic traffic through TikTok and YouTube Shorts. And all they do is focus very closely and very tightly on the education side of things for their products. So they sell mini swords. We all have a general idea of what these swords do. They can cut things, they're sharp, etc. But there is a huge long tail history of what these swords do and why they're mini, and its origins and anime and all this stuff. So they have found their sub niche on TikTok and on YouTube. You'll see it here in the screen recordings, and they go deep in every single video saying how to use your sword or how this person back in the day used their sword, and they get very educational. And although you might be watching that and not be excited, that's fine because you're not in their niche, but they have found hundreds, thousands, millions of people in Discords, Instagram, YouTube, etc. They'll watch this video and then go spend $200 on a sword. Not right away. They might watch videos for like 3 months and then think of buying a sword and go to Katana, but they're doing that eventually. And that's the name of the game here. It's this long tail of content that's going to make you win, and not these small little triggering kind of manipulative ads that you think are working but only get you your next customer. It's hard to play that game, easier to play this game. And the second brand is called Peachy Slime or Peachy BBs. I'm not really sure how it's pronounced, but they are massive as well on TikTok. And now these people don't do much education. As you can tell, there's not much to educate us on. They just show you how it's made and how awesome it is. And so if you have any kind of interest in this stuff, you're watching this for at least 5-10 minutes, seeing how the slime is made, satisfying colors, customers are commenting saying, hey, do this design or do this color. These are the 2 forms of content that you need to choose about for your business. If you can't choose one, do both. But usually if you're in apparel or beauty or something like that, you're more on the entertaining side and making it cool like this. If you're into swords or fishing or some super high technical product for like your skincare or like a home cleaning vacuum, then you're more like the education side. And since it's a higher ticket item, your customer just needs some more babying before they actually buy the item. Now, that was a lot and I tried to be concise, but if you have any more questions, make sure you comment them below. We are active in our Discord server as well. But just to recap, guys, there is a long list of things that you can do right and wrong in e-commerce, and no matter what, just from founder to founder and from friend to friend, I want you to understand that you're gonna make mistakes. Like, it's gonna happen no matter what. You could watch all these videos, you could call me, Zoom other 10 people, etc. You are still going to screw this up. Like, you are gonna make a mistake once or twice. The sooner you embrace that and just allow it to happen instead of avoiding it, you're gonna learn and build so much more experiences as an entrepreneur that will actually lead to your success. So these pointers are gonna be helpful. And again, content is king. Listen to those customers. Make sure you know what numbers you're looking at and get the help if needed. But you're still gonna screw it up somehow. So just accept that fact, embrace it, get your hands dirty, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.